Because I grew up around Cauvery, almost 4.5 years, every day I swam in Cauvery. I have so many things about Cauvery. For me, she was living force, much larger life than myself. I am not some environmental scientist or a ecological activist or something. But this disaster has been unfolding, I've been watching for 25 years with great concern. But I'm not somebody who speaks about anything unless there's open ears, otherwise I don't speak about those things. If I had spoken about Cauvery 20 years ago, then only I saw disaster is unfolding. I spoke to a few people around me. They also said ha, who, and they ignored. The rest of the public I never spoke because they will not listen to anything unless you threaten their life. Cauvery has depleted, according to studies, 46%. But according to my experience, it's around 25% of what it was 40, 50 years ago. They are coming to this conclusion of 46% by looking at the entire flow, including the monsoon flow. But let us say, we take the month of September, because Cauvery Calling is in September, many things significant to us happened in September. Let's say we take September and look at Cauvery, how it was 50 years ago and how it is today. She's only 25%. You take the monsoon volumes also, then maybe 46% depletion. So, this doesn't happen overnight. This has been happening. Chennai people never thought it's a problem till they have to wait for a train to bring water, Southern India, a tropical nation, rich land, fertile land, which we have farmed for over 12,000–15,000 years. Over 12,000-year history of farming in this land. Same land we plowed for 12,000 years and every year it gave us the yield. But in 2 generations, in about approximately 40 years since we started using chemical fertilizer, now nearly 25% is on the verge of becoming a desert. The entire land of India is approximately around 160 million hectares of arable land. Out of this, 104 million hectares of arable land is right now considered as distressed soil. That means nearly 55 to 60% of India's land in 25–30 years' time will be uncultivable. And by then we will be 1.5 billion people. What a great plan, to have 1.5 billion people and lose 60% of the land. How are you going to keep them alive? When I spoke about 8 years ago that dead bodies will fall, people said, Sadhguru, don't talk like this. I said, okay, wait. You wait, it will fall. Not in ones and twos or dozens, it will fall in thousands if you don't wake up in millions.
Yes. Right now in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, we are launching what's called as Cauvery Calling.
25 of us will be riding motorcycles from Cauvery to Tiruvavur in Tamil Nadu, all along Cauvery,
and create not only awareness, we are talking to both the governments to support the farmer to move from regular cropping to agroforestry. All it takes is 3 to 4 years of subsidies to help him transition. After that, he doesn't need support. These 4 years if you support him, he will shift to agroforestry. Once there is economic benefit, after that even subsidies are not needed, people will anyway shift.
Cauvery basin amounts to about 83,000 square kilometers.
We want to convert 1/3 of the Cauvery basin into agroforestry. If you do this, the 46% depletion that's happened in the river waters will come back. River will flow once again, farmers will be rich and well-to-do. You must understand this, one tree, one tropical tree in this country, if you plant a tree, in 12 years' time, whatever its reasonable size of growth if it has, in 12 years' time, it is able to sequester somewhere between 38,000 to 45,000 liters of water. So when we talk about this 242 crore trees, what it means is, it can sequester anywhere between 9 to 12 trillion liters of water. So these 42 rupees, how it is managed is, we have a board of people, a responsible board. In this there is a Supreme Court judge, there is the World Wildlife Fund chairperson, there is a chairperson of your star woman entrepreneur in your city, Kiran Majumdar is on it. We have two former chairpersons of ISRO, that is the Indian Space Research Organization. We have the topmost water expert in the country. We have a person who started the farmer producers organization movement, he's considered the father of FPOs. So there is a responsible board. This entire Cauvery Calling fund is going to be managed by an internationally reputed auditing firm under the aegis of this board. This Cauvery Calling account is not managed by Isha Foundation or me or anybody concerned with me. This is managed by this group of people, and we are also bringing in few more people from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to be a part of this management. So it is being managed in a responsible way, the way it should be, and accounts will be put on for public viewing because an international accounting firm is going to manage this. So nobody need to fear what will happen to the money if that is a concern. They need not fear, this is the best way to do it. And how exactly this 42 rupees will get divided, we must understand this on the ground realities. In different kinds of lands, in different kinds of terrains, in different kinds of social situations, this money will vary. In some place we may be able to manufacture, to be able to produce a sapling for 25 rupees. In some place it may be 100 rupees. So on this, on an average, we have calculated 42 rupees. So this variation will happen, it's not like exactly everything will cost. See, for example, this involves about 15 different kinds of species of trees, the agroforestry basic module. The larger module involves about 80 different species of trees. There are some species of trees that we can make it for 5 rupees. There are places where our volunteers are doing, where every weekend thousands of them will come together and produce this at their own cost. This one may happen for 5 rupees. There is another kind of timber tree which will take probably 200 rupees. So calculating all this, we have arrived at this 42 rupee number. So it should not be looked at, okay, this is only this much packet, why did it cost 40 rupees? That's not the way, on an average. But the important thing is, it is well managed by the most responsible people that you can find.
I was speaking at the UN, I said, I want to officiate the marriage of economy and ecology. Only then we will produce something significant. Ecology is not against the economic well-being of the people. Economy and ecology have to go in hand. How to do our economics in an ecologically sensitive way, this is the important thing. This project is called Cauvery Calling because she's been calling. Can you hear is the question. Hello, can you hear? Cauvery is calling.